welcome to the Meeple Mentor YouTube channel. I'm Jared. Today we're doing an unboxing of the latest Kickstarter delivery from Paverson Games. This is called Distilled, a spirited strategy game. This is all about distilling and making whiskey, vodka, and other spirits. So think maybe viticulture without all the managing of the vineyards. This is more, I think, running the business, improving your distillery, getting new employees, and of course like ingredients and stuff that are used in the distillery to make whiskey. This just came out. It's designed by Dave Beck, art by Eric Evanson. As you can see, there's a few other goodies that came in the Kickstarter delivery that we'll take a look at, and I think I'll probably start with those. But let me read what the back of the box says and show you that on camera, and then we'll kind of get into some of the good stuff and then open the box and see what's inside. So, yep, stick around. It says it's the thematic strategy card game about the science and business of crafting alcoholic spirits in a distillery. You have inherited an abandoned distillery from a long-lost relative and are tasked with bringing it back to its former glory. You will learn recipes and compete in the market for the most prestigious ingredients, bottles, and barrels. You will also invest in distillery upgrades, such as specialists with unique expertise or equipment to streamline your distilling process. Each round, you will craft one of 15 different global spirits through original and thematic gameplay, inspired by the real-life distillation process. Once made, spirits are either sold for quick cash or aged in your warehouse to enhance their flavor, prestige, and value. Do you have what it takes to beat the competition and become the next master distiller? Well, we're going to take a look. It's for 1 to 5 players, so there is a solo mode. It's 30 minutes per player, recommended ages 14 and up. Given the theme of it, you also might want to consider, the age of making alcohol, all that kind of stuff. So right here, staring at me, I've got this mat that I want to open first and see what it looks like. So let's get this thing open and lay it out. And I'm pretty sure this is going to replace like the main game shelf board, something like that. So yep, you got your neoprene looking very nice. So you're going to have your different upgrade cards here, and then your display of the market. So this is actually the market, and over here is your discarded cards section. So it's a nice little mat to keep everything organized. Here we've got a nice metal first player token coin. This thing is this is huge. It's probably, check it out. It says Slankt Mahath. I'm not sure what that exactly means, but got the D on there, like on a barrel. Looks like a distillery barrel. D for distilled. It's quite hefty. It is really nice looking, quite shiny, quite hefty, and really impressive. Always like a good first player marker and a nice metal coin. So a custom coin, always appreciated. Then we have this box. I think this is an actual glass, shot glass. So we're going to take a look. Let's see if I can carefully open the plastic. I believe it is recommended that while you play the game of Distilled, you should be drinking a glass of whiskey. So I think they've included a shot glass for us. Let's take a look. Broke the box lid. Check this out. Paverson Games, and it's got the Distilled logo on there. But yeah, it is a nice looking shot glass. Got the logo and everything. I don't know if they're going to sell this separately or if you had to order it, through the Kickstarter campaign. But it's nice. That is a nice looking shot glass. Perfect. Just to go with it. And look, it'll even sit nicely right on that metal coin. Okay, and then we've got a set of cards. This is the Kickstarter mini expansion. So I would just call this like basically promos. It's basically what it is. But it's mini expansion. So over here we've got some cardboard punch tokens, Signature recipe, small batch release, the Black Forest Obstiller and the Green Fairy Absinthe, Kartoshka Vodka, Apple Pie Moonshine. All right, we got some cards here. I think these are the distillery characters here. Alley Cat Liquors, Alley Cat Armstrong, Idris El Mokrani, Africa and Middle East and Algeria. These all have special abilities. Just, there's more of these in the main game, but these are special characters. Hans Hanna Eisenberg and Svetlana Levna. Obviously, Russia. So I'm going to show, as much of the cards as I can. But if you want to see more detail, you can slow the video down and pause it, freeze frame on any of the cards that you want to take a closer look at. But here you've got a designer bottle, absinthe bottle. And I think that's actually the head of Dave Beck, which is pretty funny. But, it's the actual designer of the game. And it's a designer bottle, because that's kind of a term for a special bottle like that. Let's see, we've got tasting journal flavors. So I suppose you could, I don't know, are you supposed to write on this or just put the tokens on it? Got your flavor, you've got 0, 1, 2, 3, money, 1, 3, 4, and 5 stars on here. Tasting journal of flavors. I don't know. We'll figure that out. Then we've got ingredients. So these are what you're going to need to make stuff. You've got fruit, sugar, wine sap, apples. We've got star anise, the plant sugar, fruit sugar, L-star apples, Strobrawa potatoes, Stobrawa. I don't know. Obviously, I'm not a distiller right now, but maybe after I start playing the game, I'll learn a lot more and be able to pronounce some of this stuff. Okay, so that's the extras. And now let's open the main box. I know you're excited. I am. So here we go. I really like the artwork. It's very cool, very inviting. On the side here, there's a list of all the solo game playtesters and all the other playtesters. There's like 100 or more names. And then just logos and stuff of the game on the side. Stop! Don't throw away your empty punchboard frames. Because it has a custom insert, once you've punched it out, you'll be left with a small gap. This empty space could cause a jumble. To avoid it, keep the frames, remove the bottom card tray, and stack the frames at the bottom. Then place the card tray back in place to prevent the game components from shifting around. All right, so we're going to punch it, well, not punch it on camera, but I'll punch it later and keep the punch boards. Step-by-step guide for new players. So kind of a start here. Okay, perfect. A little quick overview before you actually read the full rule book. It's got a, nice printing to it. A little bit of a textured page, booklet. Full color, as you can see. And then you've got this rather large booklet of your rules. And very, very cool. All right. You got your setup. Okay, your distiller identity cards and all the different phases of the game, end of the round, etc. More credits, game end. Thanks to our Kickstarter backers, we commissioned 6 custom audio tracks specifically for Distilled, inspired by different regions and processes one might find in the world of spirits. Visit tabletopaudio.com and search Distilled to load these up and play in the background while you enjoy the game. I might have to do that. Very cool. And then there's the solo game mode right there at the end. You got an overview on the back of the rulebook. Always very, very helpful. Okay, so here we've got our first player token. We've got money. All these punch boards. We've got all the different labels. So these are your drink labels. You've got moonshine, vodka, rum, tequila, gin, baijiu, and kachaka. And then your victory point tokens, once you get past 50 and 100, you can use those. Got even more labels. Soju, shochu, brandy, whiskey, aquavit, lambanog, pisco, grappa. And then you've got these signature recipes. And that's going to be, for each of these characters. So we saw the ones that came with these guys. We have spirit awards. These are going to be random, special awards that you can earn during the game. Or I guess it's awarded at the end of the game. I don't know. Well, this one, for instance, this says sell 2 spirits in 1 round. So there you go. Sell a spirit worth 12 points or more, etc. So yeah, these are different awards that you can earn. Then you've got the Master Distiller token. This is, of course, what you're trying to do and trying to win. And so, if you win the game, you get to wear the badge. It's just a cardboard piece, though, so don't get too crazy. All right. Then we have some of the player boards, looks like. And it's going to play up to 5, so I see 5. There you go. This is your washback space. You've got your office where your distiller identity card goes. You've got your pantry for ingredients, and then the storeroom for other items, not food items. The warehouse, and then the distillery upgrades would go there. And I think these are stuff that you can earn and specialize in. You cover up the thing and you get the thing. And I think these are all the same. I don't think there's any difference really. It's just the color. Yeah, you can see by the doors, blue and the blue barrels, green, like kind of yellowish right here for the yellow doors, yellow barrels, green right there, white right here, and like an orange. But otherwise, other than the color, I think all the artwork and all the abilities at the top are similar. They are the same. Yeah. Well, here you go. This is like a different look right there. But I feel like the bottom part kind of looks similar, and the office. So I think the actual distillery spaces are a little different and like how it looks. You can see that one. This is the one that's kind of pictured on the cover of the box. And you got this one. So different art in just these 3. Otherwise, it's just the tinted color of the doorways and things to note whose player color board it is. Then you've got this. This is the discard truck. So, all the cards sit and they go on the truck, on the discard. And then I don't know if the truck ever moves, but oh, neat. Even the back has like the undercarriage of a truck, and there's like tires and stuff. Very cool. But it goes like that. I know a little bit about that because I've been researching and like doing, I did a little bit of reading through the rules on some of the games. So I had a little bit more. I'm very excited about playing this game. That's why, essentially, is what I'm getting at. So this board is where your basic ingredients are laid out. And so you'll just have face-up stacks of your basic ingredients on the table. You can buy up to 2 per player per round. So you got yeast, water, mixed grains, mixed plants, mixed fruits, clay barrel, and wood barrel. So very good. I will say just my initial impressions, of course, the artwork, always amazing. Very, very good. And the production value of everything in here is really nice. It just feels good. It looks good. It's just inviting me to want to play it for sure. So you get a clipboard that goes next to your player board. And you're going to put like the game's, the flavor tasting sample, the tasting sample, whatever, the flight, whatever it's called. It goes here. When you earn it, you can put tokens out here. You can only at the start make moonshine and vodka. You have to sort of unlock the others. You've got your signature recipe, and that's the one that pairs with your character, and that goes down here. And there you go. So moonshine and vodka, that's what you start with every game. Okay, so very nice clipboards. Now let's pull this thing back over here. We've got the game tray insert that looks like a barrel, and it's got custom logo art on it and everything like that. You can see Distilled, and you can sort everything in here, which, you know, I'll do later, but it's going to be awesome. Then we have these, which I imagine are going to be for player character pieces and stuff. This has like a P for Paverson Games and a D for Distilled. So perhaps those are just going to hold some token resources. Then we've got the shelf board and a piece of cardboard. This is your points tracker and round tracker. So there's the 7 rounds, and up here is the top shelf labels that you're going to be able to make. And then across the glasses, you can move your victory point tokens as you score points during the game. So that's a crucial board to have, for sure. All right, what's next? In here, I see the round marker. So you've got a plastic, is it plastic or is it wood? I think this is wood. It's like a wood barrel. And that token goes on the round board like that. Quite nicely. Very cool. Set that here. We've got the cubes and victory point markers for your color. So if you're yellow or blue or whatever, I see you've got your actual distiller pictured on your token that matches the image on the distillery board, which is useful and very cool. So it's got screen printing on both sides, and these are pretty chunky and, you know, wooden pieces. I always like, you know, some quality wooden pieces, so I like that for sure. I'll just put this in a bag like that. And then these are the cubes that you use to note when you've unlocked a certain flavor or a specialty. So you've got, you know, basically silver, gold, copper to denote, you know, what's needed. And I think when you buy it, you know, the cost is based on which of these colors it is. It's like 2, 4, or 6 or something like that. So, painted wood cubes, they feel good. I like, you know, I think I prefer wooden cubes over plastic cubes. These are the flavor cards and probably reference cards. So, up first, these are the references. Sequences of a round that perform any of these effects that have that icon. You go through this, end of round, and then on the back it tells you scoring, and then there's even a glossary of each icon. So anytime you have a question on like what's shown on a card or something like that, you can check the glossary. But overall, I mean, yeah, it's any game that starts with a, you know, has a reference card is really, really, really important. So you've got these varying types of tastings, and I think A through G is available. So of course you're going to probably start with A. On the back is the B one, and then on here is C and D, then E and F, and then G and H. So A through H are possible, and so everybody would have, you know, the same one in any given game. You just pick one of these, and that's the one that you play with that game. And I like that you can even see on the sides of the cards, you know, it's easy to find the ones that you need, you know, because they're color coded and they have the letter in the corner. So very cool, very cool. We'll set these here, and then we have all the cards, So we're gonna look at these. And again, I'll probably go through it a little faster than perhaps you might want to see. I don't know. But if there's a card you want to see, just slow down the video, pause it. You get a look at all these cards that I'll show. So first, we'll separate these. These are the goal cards. Blue glass, close to home, delegation. Monarch, for the farmers, from the earth, most aged spirits, most non-vodka spirit labels, most non-aged spirits, photosynthesis. Oh, just different goals to hit throughout the game here. Have the most money. So all of these can kind of change your gameplay. Then you've got solo. What are these? A, B, C. Solo goal swap card 5. Flip this card. I don't know. A, B, and C. Solo goal cards. So this is for the solo game. There's A and B and C. I don't know what the number is other than maybe like some kind of initiative value or something like that. Maybe it's just points. I'm not sure. Because I know this icon is for points. But these are cards that are specifically for solo goals. There's quite a lot of them. I don't know if that's because they intended the game to be like heavily focused on solo play. But that is a lot of solo cards. So, cool. All right, let's open some more. Okay, first one I'm seeing here is distillery upgrades. The column still, the Doig ventilator, Doig drone camera, glassworks, large storage, malting floor, metal rickhouse, malt mill, natural spring, spirit safe, tropical warehouse, coffee still, worm tub, greenhouse, orchard, architects. Okay, now these are some of the specialists, characters that you can hire and help during the game. And a lot of these are like beginning of the round, like add a basic card here to your pantry, market buyer, master blender, trucker. May purchase one card from the truck. Interesting. Okay, tell me that doesn't look like Large Marge, right? I'm sure that's what they were going for. Intern researcher and private investor. All right, some capital venture people, venture capitalists, VCs. All right, here's some items. So these are the upgraded versions, right? Because we've already seen what I think the basic items are, or are these the basic ones? Either way, you've got the wood barrel, right? You've got the clay barrel. Yes, this is the basic ones. You've got metal barrel, bottles, mason jars, frosted glass, plastic liter, skull bottle, pig bottle, vintage decanter, ceramic, faceted, half, carton, etched crystal decanter, rounded bottle, Scandinavian, canister, wax sealed, pirate bottle, a wrapped bottle, and worm bottle, because, some tequilas especially put a worm in there. Other ingredients, got the plant sugar, sugar cane, palm, agave, apples, figs, juniper berries, grapes, turbo yeast, mountain spring water. All right, let's put that there. There's a lot of cards to look at, everybody, so stick around. Let's see what kind of stuff you can get. Okay, put that there. So some more of the basic items. You got the clay barrels and the wood barrels. Basics. More ingredients. You have yeast, basic, lots of it. Water, basic, lots of it. Mixed grains, mixed plants, mixed fruits. Okay, good stuff. Then you have alcohol. Okay. The alcohol can be used as either a water or yeast in your washback. Cannot be traded with the basic market. I think all the alcohols are the same. Yep, just a basic card here. Because I know you're going to have a stack of alcohol cards, so you're just going to be bam. Barley, winter rye, buckwheat, unmalted barley, dent corn, pearl millet, Seneca rice, sorghum bicolor, sugarcane, molasses, juice, blue agave, nipa palm, almond potatoes, dried, common, all these juniper berries, the quebranta grapes, sangiovese grapes, ugni blanc, and then you've got rice, sorghum, wheat, rye, corn, barley, and potatoes. Potato. Okay, and last but not least, the final stack here of cards included in the game of Distilled. Okay. So on top, we got some more ingredients. We've got more alcohol added to that. We've got some flavor tasting journal cards. Okay, bandages. And iodine soaked ones at that. Ouch. 2 stars. Berries. I'm not sure which berry, but definitely a berry. Oh, it's a snozberry. Birthday cake. Bready. Caramel. Cherry, chocolate, cinnamon, coffee, coriander, fishy. Well, this is a bit of a surprise. How can it remind me of 3-day-old salmon? 2 stars. The floral, it's like sticking a violet up your nose. Fruity, ginger, grass. I detect a note of fresh cut lawn, but it's from an old-fashioned reel mower. Honey, horse blanket. Leather, malty, manure. Funky barnyard flavor, odd, but actually adds some complexity. 1 star. Maple, nutty, oaky, old cellar, orange peel, peaty, piney, plastic. Maybe they used the wrong container for this because it's giving me polyethylene. Rubber tires. My taste buds just peeled out off the NASCAR gate, leaving a 200-foot skid mark in my mouth. Salty, seaweed, skunky, smoky, soy sauce, spicy, sports bag. It tastes like what I will smell like tomorrow morning if I were to finish the bottle. Toasted marshmallow, tobacco, and vanilla. Wow. And I guess these you can actually just come up with your own, and that would be really fun to do. So funny. All right. I don't know how that mechanism in the game works, but I do think it's funny. Okay, here's the starting or the base game distillery identities. All right. So let's take a look at some of these guys. You'll see their abilities on the bottom. They're from all around the world, and I think that's intended as for, trying to represent, all the different flavors and styles of making whiskey from all around the world, which is also why the game itself, the gameplay is built around doing those tasting flights of, I think they're themed around particular countries and stuff. So very cool. It even tells you what their signature sugar is, what their starting resources are, and then of course the recipe to make the signature recipe and how many points you get. Okay. And then the last bit of cards are starting items and a couple more basic items. Okay. You got a couple more wood barrels. And then over here, you start with glass bottles. After selling, return this card to your storeroom. Cannot be traded. And then your metal barrel After selling, return this to your storeroom. Cannot be traded or upgraded, I guess. I don't know. But you start with that. So that's everything in the game for Distilled. As you can see, there's a ton of really cool special inserts and all that from game trays that they made for the game of Distilled. And I'm really looking forward to kind of putting this whole thing together and seeing it played on the table. Really excited. I will definitely be considering making a full tutorial video for Distilled. So if that sounds interesting, you know, let me know. Leave me a like and a comment on the video to give some traction, and see if, you know, if a full tutorial for the game is in order, because of course that's a large part of what we do on the channel, Meeple Mentor. So stick around, hit subscribe so you don't miss anything. And of course, if we do more Distilled content, which is sure to come, stick around. But I've been Jared. Thank you so much for watching this unboxing. Stick around for more unboxings. Check out news videos that I make that recaps stuff that's going on in the board game industry every other week, just for 2 weeks of news every other week. But yeah, until the next video, I've been Jared. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.